Mutiny on one of the medieval times largest ships, HMS Cricket's trouble with neighbours. Today's episode of Hidden Histories comes from River Hamble. Hello, my name's Ben. I'm a ranger that works here at River Hamble Country Park. I'm here today to talk and guide you through a walk of some of the hidden histories that we have at the park. So come on, let's go and have a walk. The origins of the park's name are virtually unknown, but it's thought to come from the Old English word of hamel, which means crooked. So it's thought that the actual name comes from Crooked River. There is evidence of Neolithic and Iron Age settlements all around Hamble. There was a Roman road that ran through the park, but unfortunately today there is no evidence of it. It ran from the fields just north of running along Townhouse Lane, through the Manor Farm car park, over the river where a bridge once existed. Over thousands of years, the valley, which the area is, has been drowned by the seawater, making it very deep and with lots and lots of mud. Now we'll go and talk about a medieval shipwreck, the Grace Dieu. Lying under the waters of the River Hamble, the largest medieval ship of her time, underneath the yellow buoy, the Grace Dieu. She was built in Southampton between 1416 and 1418. She was of clinker-built design, which means she was built with planks of wood that overlapped. This was a Scandinavian design thought to be taken up by the Anglo-Saxons. Because of this, when it was first excavated, it was thought to be a Viking ship by the Victorians. In fact, it was Henry V's flagship, one of the biggest built in medieval times, and it would take another 200 years before a ship of this size was built again. Even though she was designed as a warship, she never actually saw battle. On her maiden voyage in 1420, the crew mutinied on her way to the Isle of Wight, saying she was too difficult to sail. She was laid to rest in Southampton before being towed to a mud bar here on the River Hamble in 1434. She was destroyed in 1439. The official story is that she was struck by lightning, but there is a theory though that a local shipkeeper, after selling off her parts, destroyed her so that people wouldn't find out. Throughout history, the river has been used for the distribution of goods and trade, things like flour and wood. It was thought some of the structures might have been used as pontoons and docks for the landing craft, but after an investigation by the Hampshire and White Trust for Maritime Archaeology, they were found to have dated earlier than that. Numerous structures have been found along Hampshire Creek. Lots of buildings thought to be associated with the local brickworks. HMS Cricket was a Royal Naval establishment from 1943 to 1946. It was originally set up as a training depot for the Royal Marines on their landing craft. This was situated on Hampshire Copse on the south side by Pylands Lane. The general public were prohibited from the area and 3 public rights-of-way footpaths were closed. The area around Hampshire Creek was dredged for the use of landing craft, and throughout the park there was a structure of roads, which we can see a curbstone here, and foundations were laid for the actual camp. Drainage, water supply and electrical supply for the guys that would eventually be stationed here. The camp consisted of 120 buildings housing 2,500 men. There were 110 Nissan huts housing 24 Royal Marines in each. Unfortunately, the camp was demolished around the 1970s. All that's left at the moment is this old guardhouse, which is now utilised by the Rangers at the country park. Whilst the troops were stationed here, they were entertained by the local canteen. They've had stars like George Formby do shows. He came on a regular basis. They also had a fully functioning cinema where they put on films for the local troops, just to relieve some of the boredom and some of the tedium whilst they were stationed here. "20 flotillas of landing craft left HMS Cricket, carrying 6,000 troops. They left between the 3rd and the 6th of June, heading towards Normandy beaches." Whilst the troops were getting the landing craft ready for the crossing over to Normandy, getting them sea fit, the guys and the local residents living on the boats along the River Hamble made a complaint about the fact the amount of wash that was caused, so training was severely restricted from there. Where I'm sat at the moment, I'm sat on a memorial for HMS Cricket. It commemorates, unfortunately, the guys that didn't return and the guys that did return. It's sponsored by local organisations, including Hampshire County Council, who fund the upkeep, which is completed by the staff at the park and also a varied group of volunteers, which I think you'll agree do an amazing job. Unfortunately, we come to the end of today's Hidden History walk here at River Hamble Country Park. If you'd like what you've seen and you'd like to watch the rest of the series, please feel free to, and maybe come and visit yourself. Come and see for yourself some of the hidden histories here at the park. There's also a very good one on Manor Farm. So if you like what you see, please feel free to like and subscribe. I'm now, as the heavens have opened, going to go and get a well-earned coffee and a slice of cake.